Alright guys, so this is day 2 of making Garten of Banban 8 before the Euphoric brothers. Leave a like and a comment with what I should add next. Also, a random subscriber is going to be added as an Easter egg in the game, so you better subscribe. Before starting filming, I've already added a few things, those things being the Garten of Banban doors, Givanium barrels, and other stuff. So here you can see I already placed a few lights and added a material for the floor that is similar to the teaser of the official game. Now it's time to make the room look a little better. I started by importing a few trash cans, but since for some reason at the end they have a hole, I was a bit limited with what I could do with them, but I was still able to make them look decent. I tweaked a little of the lights to be a little less powerful, then I added a table and chairs. Those were actually set, so it was extremely easy. Then I saw that it does not look visually good like the teaser, so I knew it was time to mess with the post-processing. I started by changing a little the exposure and the gamma to make it darker. I also added fog since the original game has it too, but I did something different. Instead of making the fog white, I made it gray. So still white, but not as powerful. And then inside the post-processing, I made the shadow color from the default black to a dark green to make it look creepier, and I think I nailed it. The next step was adding Niagara system to replicate the floating particles from the teaser. I created a Niagara system component, chose the hanging particles template, and from there I changed the values to make them look better. So I made the box size, how long should they go for, and then their size, how much they stay on screen before disappearing, and worked a little till they looked decent. After I was happy with the result, I saw that the scene definitely looked better, but it was still extremely empty, so I added more detail by first adding a door near the table. Made it black so it looks better and more in theme. Then I placed a light above it so it's more visible, and yes, I know those lights are made for walls, not ceilings, but it doesn't matter that much. After adding the door, it already felt more alive. Next thing was placing some Givanium since it seems that they're everywhere in Garten of Banban. After that was done, I saw that the lights looked a little boring. They were static and just an unlit white, so I decided to add a flicker effect, and that made them look way better. And what I didn't tell you guys is that I actually have an idea on how the game should start and a small part of the plot. At first, I was thinking to make it start how Garten of Banban 7 ended, on a bed, but shortly after I had a much better and more dramatic idea. Instead of starting on a bed in this random basement, you actually start on a mattress with a short animation seeing how Hellish Banban goes away from the place after you wake up. After the scene, the game starts and you are able to play. First, I went on Sketchfab and found a fitting model. After finding one that resembled what I had in mind, I imported it into Unreal and placed it on the right side down, added a door and then a light to make it look more cinematic. Now it was time to make a cutscene for the beginning. I created a level sequence and started animating. I added a fade in to make it look as if the character just woke up, tried to make him look confused as he doesn't know where he is, and then when he looks on the left, he sees Hellish Banban leaving the room, and when it's gone, he decides to wake up. It took a little time to make it look good since I'm not the best at cinematics, but in the end it turned out pretty decent. Even though it might not be the smoothest animation, it does its job and might be a little too long, though I'm not sure. Well, that was it for the second episode of the series. If you want part 3, then this video should get at least 1,000 likes and over 100 comments. This was it for today. Now I will leave you guys to check the cutscene out and be better. It's not definitive, so it will be improved in the future.